Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Old School series. I'm your host, the rentalmanbuch. We need to get ourselves rolling, literally, as we've invested in some new upgrades since last time by selling off some older equipment and finding some marketplace items. We've applied all of our lime to balance the pH, and in the hay market, we've invested in a VR1224 from Vermeer. In the nicest way I can put it possible, I love this 2280 John Deere swather, but it's just been having too many problems for me to justify fixing them, so we're going to look into a newer reel mower. And I think my neighbor with the Best Way sprayer has a solution to that problem, being a 2005 1365 John Deere reel mower. And to wrap it all up, we have one interesting sprayer from Massey Ferguson that we're going to use to help get this project underway. So without further ado, let's put this sucker in drive and finally get ourselves started on the planting season. As stated, guys, welcome back to the Old School series. There has been quite a few updates since the last time you guys have been here. One major thing is I finally decided to get a different roller system along with some of the hay department. However, if we head up into the PDA, we are going to have one last field we need to get to seed bed ready. And the 5020 is going to have to do 2 fields of rolling. We already did a little bit of rolling, but I wanted to get the lime back because this field needed to be cultivated first. So we still have 31, 33, and 34 to roll before we could start planting. As when we look at our nitrogen, 34, 33, and 32 are all ready to go. And 31, we're going to let the soybeans put a bit of nitrogen back into the soil. This 5020 has literally been the absolute brute of the farm over the last few weeks. It's been doing a lot of the different tasks by finishing up lime. We've also been doing the field cultivating, and we've also now been running the roller. Giving a little backstory as to why we changed the fenders on this tractor. If you guys remember, I had the canopy that had the umbrella. The problem is, the fenders that are on the 5020 that I want are known as the Wheatland fenders. The ones I had were the row crop, but I have a Wheatland front axle, which sits more flush to the ground, and the fenders obviously sat at a higher level. In the fastest way to put it, the version you guys see of this tractor right now is the exact configuration that I would have wanted this tractor if I were to buy one in real life. The only exception might be a Kinsey repower with a chrome stack straight pipe. I, however, am behind schedule, so we're going to give Daryl a ring since he's over in the shop. We're going to get him on this. I'm going to go and head over to Pioneer to pick up my seed pallets. We dumped about $6,000 into that. Anything we don't use, we'll just store away because we're buying individual bags, not the pro boxes. And we can get the 1206 hooked up to our 8-row Kinsey planter. Now, if you guys do like content like this and would love to see more, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe down below, because we are on the race to 100,000 public subscribers by the end of this year. The ride to 100K has definitely been a wild one, but I'm really excited now with being in the new place, since I am finally officially moved in, to really try and hit that goal hard. And to do that, I really want to work on the quality control of the content that is going out to you, the community. I noticed that the front end of this tractor is a little light, so we probably are going to have Kevin help me throw on some suitcase weights quick, and then he could be off to the co-op to drop off the anhydrous tanks from when we were laying gas.
A few moments later.
With that now taken care of, let's run over, grab the square body in the garage, take our gooseneck trailer, and we will be on our way to Pioneer. Really, ever since I bought the 7.3 IDI, I haven't really had much to use this C34. It's a big towing truck, and that's really about it. It hogs a lot of fuel. Kevin, if you want to follow me at least to the road, you can take your own way, whichever way you want to go, but I'm on my way to Pioneer. With Daryl rolling on the 5020 and Kevin in hot pursuit, let's make our way to actually trying to make money, because I'm really good at spending money, just not apparently making it. Like, I gotta sell that first. For those of you guys wondering what map this is a PC-only Midwest Horizon, a very nice 4X American-based map. And the Pioneer seed dealers, and all the way in the top right-hand corner, my farm is in the middle left portion of the map. I tend to run Pioneer seed because it has a thicker stock, and out here in the great state of Nebraska, all we have is wind. So yes, I could run a smaller hybrid with a thinner stock on it, but I don't want down corn, so I'm going to try and trust that my agronomist is going to be correct with the seed type that we're going to try and run. So let's get our seed pallets loaded up, and we'll be on our way. With that now loaded up, to identify the packaging, the front set of pallets is our soybean seed, and the back set of pallets is the corn seed. I might head over to Frank's and start talking with him about his sprayer, because he gave me a call the other day. You guys saw it in the intro. There's a Massey Ferguson 185. I can't tell if it's custom made or if it's an actual production model, because I'm not a Massey Ferguson guy. But he's got a 185 articulated sprayer that it's dirt cheap. It's got newer spraying components on it, but the motor needs a lot of work. If I could pick that thing up for a pretty decent price, I might see whether or not we could take that, because I finally did sell my sprayer and I wanted to get the best way that's from my other neighbor who actually has that 1365. I know that Daryl's still going to be rolling away for a little bit, so I'm going to take care of this first. Yeah, look at this thing. I swear, it's one of those where people used to like glue old tractors together and then they just made them like double the power, double the whatever. But this thing legitimately kind of looks like it was actually factory at some point. It's got some dry rot on some old Continentals, but it's got it looks like it's got a decent boom width. Who needs a door where you can just crawl in the back? I'll talk with Frank, see what he says, guys, and if we do end up buying this thing, we'll probably see if we can drive it home. If not, then we're just gonna tow it home on the trailer once we get the pallets unloaded for seed. Well, Frank, what do we got? Because I wanted to look into one of these. I need a new sprayer, but I'd be willing to cut. If you could cut me a deal, I could fix this puppy up, and if you needed it for something, we could share it. Okay, well, I got a jump box in the truck, so if we wanted to try and jump it, we could. Jump box is on. Let's see what she's got. Oh, she fires like a top, but that does not sound good in the slightest. Shut it off. I definitely am interested, Frank, but you think you could do like 8 or 9? Is that a possibility? 10? I could do 10. It doesn't seem like the parts are going to be too hard to elite, because it's all just the motor that needs work, right? It is? Okay. Well, I could do that. I can give you 10. Another day, another dollar. We'll make it work. And like I said, if you wanted to do something where you use this when I'm not using it, you're more than welcome to. We can communicate that. I'm not too worried. So Frank's gonna follow me in the Chevy. I'm just gonna barrel down and try to get home, because we are going to have probably Corey start working on this thing, at least looking into the motor and what needs to be fixed. It sounds like it's got a major exhaust leak as well as a bit of ticking, and that's not making me feel good about myself. You guys can kind of hear that in the motor. You hear that whine. I don't know if this thing had a turbo or not, but the turbo might be going bad if it has one. Either way, let's check on Daryl to make sure he is rolling our next field so we can really just get ahead and start planting as soon as possible, because we haven't even set the planter yet. Hopefully Kevin's already back, because he can give Corey a hand with this thing. Ahoy, mateys! Get ready, we got some funky work for you. Shut that off, because we don't want to cause any more damage that we already have done to this thing. Corey, is Kevin back yet? Oh, he's just in the office. Okay. You guys, if you could start working on getting this thing serviced up and looking at the motor to see what's going on. I wonder if it's just needing serviced and tuned up. If it needs more work, this is going to be our new sprayer. We got it for 10 grand. Got it from Frank. I'm going to start rolling on getting the seeder ready to go. Sounds good. Thanks, gents. We're kind of moving fast, but I really want to get ahead of the curve as much as I can. Daryl gave me the ring saying he is done rolling, so we'll have him move over to the next field and start working on that. Let's move this bad boy over to the field. Let's start filling this thing with soybeans so we can start planting for next year's season. Forgive me as I have no idea how to set a planter, but we have it set to the default what I had written on paper for beans last year, and then I know kind of how to set it for corn. At some point, I should probably try looking and investing into an air seeder so I can get a higher population. But for the meantime, it's easier just to run the row crop planter and plant row crop beans. Less maintenance, less hassle, less machines to break. Also cheaper. When I'm done with the 2 headland passes, I'm going to call Corey over, get him in the planter since I'm going to trust him enough. Kevin and I are going to work on getting the rest of that Massey Ferguson looked at. Whether or not they actually got the parts, if they found out what was wrong with it, I don't know yet. Might be a couple days, might be a couple weeks. It really just depends. So I'll get these done. We'll call Corey out, and we'll check back in with you guys here in a little bit, or it could be a couple days. Who knows? Taking a quick step away from the action, if you guys have not already checked out the world's greatest farm soap, be sure to check out Andy of Andy Clean. It has helped time and time again on this farm keep all of this machinery as nice as possible, for as long as possible because, you know, farming does not have to be dirty. Things like the Massey 185 sprayer will definitely get cleaned off, just we want to get the tractor actually fixed first. Daryl is done with the rolling, so what we're going to be doing is washing off the 5020 and the 185, at least when it's done. So I got to roll this into the shop, and hopefully I have enough hose length to wash this thing off. Look at how well that worked. Oh, there we go. Now it's like, how long is the cord for this thing? Can I go all the way out to the yard? And just like that, the 5020 is ready to go back in the shed for a little bit of a nap. But in the meantime, we're going to put the workhorse back in the shed because this is the furthest thing from a row crop tractor. We did empty out the rest of the soybean seed into the planters, so that gets rid of all of that. We're going to grab the drone in the back of the C30, pop it up in the air, and watch Daryl go out and plant the rest of the beans in this field. Let's get some shots, shall we? Come on, Kevin, we should have that part in this place somewhere.
I'm a Barbie girl.
Hang on, I'm getting a call.
In a Barbie.
Hello? Yeah, this is Buck. Yeah, I'm the owner of that. Yeah. Yeah, I can come out there quick. Yeah, I'm literally standing in the shop right now working on a sprayer. Sounds good. See you there. Kevin, just keep working on that. I gotta run out with the four-wheeler. Apparently there's a guy that's looking to buy that swather on the road. Got a phone call from a guy named Steve looking to buy the old swather. Whether or not he actually is interested, we'll kind of figure that one out. But he says he's standing out there right now looking at it, and I think I see it's a white truck. Is it a Silverado or is it a Ford? Nope, that's a Cat Eye. All right, well, let's just see if we can discuss maybe and get this thing out of there, because if we sell this, I'm going to run over and buy that mower from my neighbor. He only wants like $8,200 for it. You Steve? Steve, nice to meet you, man. Sir, did you happen to eat like all the powdered donuts? Because from this angle, you either are very pale or you ate the powdered donuts. Nah, I'm just giving you a heck of a time. But yeah, this is my 2280 John Deere swather. It's not great. It works, it runs, it does everything it needs to do, but there's just some maintenance problems that I've been having where seals are going bad, the cutting knives are getting dull, and to my knowledge, it'd be better to just upgrade and get out of this stuff and get into something newer, better, and more efficient. Yeah, no, absolutely. You can take a look at it. You can sit down in it. We only moved it up here a few days ago, so it should fire like a top. Yep, just like clockwork. It does lay a nice swath path. It's just the blades, like you're saying, that you're going to want to get new blades sharpened. Bearings on it are good. Swather was regularly maintenance. I just don't really need it anymore. Plus, if I wanted to get something else, I'd look into probably getting something different. Would you do 10 for both? You would? All right, Steve. Thank you, sir. You have yourself a good one, bud. I'll just kind of leave it here, and you can do whatever the heck you want with it. All right, sounds good, bud. Thank you. But that sells off the swather, and I at least have my 7.3, so I might run over to the other neighbors quick and go look at getting that mower picked up. Actually, that's a drawbar mower, so we'll have to take the 5020 because the 5020 has a 3-point.
Later.
I would have liked to just bring a pickup over here to get this mower, but I know that this is a 3-point mounted dedicated, or at least a drawbar mount, and only a tractor can really do that. So I'm going to run inside quick, get this old mower deal situated out, and we'll be on our way back with this nice new reel mower instead of using that old beat up swather. $8,200 later, a 3-point hooked up and PTO connected, we are set to go. I do feel like I need to unfold this thing and lower and raise it because I don't think that mower is supposed to be sitting that far down. I don't know, maybe it'll fix itself. The downside to this mower is that it does not have the same width as our old swather. This is just a hair bit smaller, but that swather was really bad at tearing up those fields, unlike these things usually would be able to do. So I'm going to really work on trying to better the condition of my fields. And if that means I have to get some new parts for this thing, well, then it is what it is. Now, the best part about this mower is that it has the built-in conditioner. Unlike the Heston swather, where you can actually disconnect the conditioner as a whole, this one you could just turn it on and off. So I could just drop straight hay. We're basically going to sell the bales as we drop them. So we sold off the tedder, we sold off that extension, I got that new windrower. This is going to make our hay process about 15 times more efficient. But we're going to have the International pull this, and then that 850 is going to pull our baler with the bale trailer. It's kind of a really quick run-by system, but the efficiency level that we're going to make out of doing this is going to be through the moon. That's why I'm not too worried right now about my money being pretty low. Hay season, we're going to make some bank. At least that's what I'm hoping for, is that this stuff will pay for itself relatively quickly. Kevin, what's the situation looking like with the Massey? Is it going to be able to get up and running by sometime next week? Like, do we have the parts ordered at least? It is on order. It says it'll be here 4 days. Like that. Let's get this thing up and running. We'll see you guys back. Hopefully when this thing is ready to go and fixed up, we'll also be cleaning it up, getting it looking nice and new, just not fixing the paint. We'll just clean up all the dirt. But that should be that. We'll be starting to plant some corn as well then too, and we can put down our first round of pre-emerge to get the fertilizer and the herbicides laid on the crop.
3 weeks later.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, guys, but I just recorded about a 10-minute segment of me talking, and yep, his tank's empty, my tank's empty. We've been out spraying for a little bit, and I asked the comment section, so what is your guys' favorite old-time classic tractor brand? Mine's still John Deere, but following that up is Alice Chalmers, Ford, and Oliver. So let me guys know down in the comments what your guys' preferred brand is, as there is a boatload to choose from. But we got about 94% of this field sprayed up with fertilizer, so that way it is set to go. I'm going to have to get some more liquid fertilizer because, you know, I don't have any. Here's some Rhino 2 and I will be doing some iRacing together, also with Brody Farms, otherwise known as Happy Farms. I don't know exactly when we're going to do it yet, but I am working on some paint schemes for my channel sponsors, one of which is MOZA Racing. So if you guys want to check out mozaracing.com, I currently use the Truck Simulator steering wheel. This thing is an absolute brute. It's mounted to the R9 V2 direct drive wheel hub, got a set of 3 pedals, and a 7-speed manual gearbox. But that is going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hope to see you guys all back in the next upcoming video. Haven't really decided yet what that is going to be, but regardless of what it is, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to make it be rocking and rolling. We'll see you guys all in the next one. This is the Rental Man out. Peace.